Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Elder Scrolls Online. We are continuing exactly right where we left off, still in the city of Riverhold, not Riverwood. That is somewhere completely different. Yeah, we're just gonna continue looking for work real quick. I just collected the daily reward. It's a nice XP boost. So we're going to go ahead and activate one of those, and we're going to continue our journey by speaking to this fine clothed gentleman right over here.
Have you a moment to speak? A crowded marketplace, a chance meeting, unexpected, unannounced, and perhaps just the thing this one needs to solve the most curious investigation. Music Thunderboots, at your service.
Greetings, you mentioned an investigation?
An abduction, to be precise. No ransom, no demands, no obvious suspects or motives. Just a heartbroken father and a missing young lady. But that is why Music was hired, yes? He steps in when all other justice fails.
So you've been hired to find someone?
Correct. This one searches for Xynthia, daughter of Ishu. However, Music's inquiries have led to nothing but dead ends. And with the young lady's safety on the line, the sooner this investigation is solved, the better.
I can help with your investigation.
A chance meeting turned fated partnership. Fortuitous for this one, yes? You should speak to Ishu first. See if he has any new information for us. His house is just south of the marketplace. Can't miss it.
Alright, so investigating a missing lady. And we need to go talk to Ishu, the father of the missing lady. That is a lot of cats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 counting him, 8 right next to his feet.
Are you here about this one, Xynthia? Has she been found?
I am working with Mizik to find your daughter. Any details you can share would help.
Yes, of course. Xynthia was taken in the dead of night. This one has received no ransom, yet he fears the worst. She is a very beautiful Jakajit, you see. Ishu believes that the captors may mean to sell her.
Does she have any identifying features?
Xynthia has a long, glossy coat, soft as the richest of silks. Her eyes are bright yellow, like the honeyed moons. And she always wears a gold necklace.
And there's no one you suspect, or perhaps who you are, or perhaps someone you may have seen what happened?
No suspects, no, but someone who may have spotted something? There is a wood elf who tends to stay up well into the night, always singing and dancing, that one. If anyone saw something unusual the night Xynthia was taken, it might be her.
Alright, I'll try talking to the singing wood elf.
The wood elf's name is Mel? Yes, that's it. Mel the Musical, she always calls herself. You can usually find her toward the north end of town near the sand gardens.
I have a few
will pray for your swift success.
questions if you don't mind.
To help find this one's darling Xynthia, Ishu will answer any question you ask.
Tell me more about Xynthia.
Xynthia is a willful child. A tad spoiled, this one admits. Ishu dotes on her. The town guard, they do not understand. They say, perhaps she has wandered off, they say. Perhaps she is lost. Such foolishness. How can they be so uncaring?
Don't worry, I won't give up.
Thank you. Thank you. May bright moons light your path. Ishu will prepare a feast for Xynthia's return, yes? Perhaps some fish. Ah, yes. Fish is her favorite. This one can already hear her contented purrs.
Tell me more about the singing wood elf.
Mel arrived in Riverhold a few seasons ago. makes a living begging for gold as she sings and dances. She has woken up Issue more than once banging that drum of hers. Still, we chat occasionally. She is kind, if not a bit eccentric.
A bit eccentric?
Mel does not have a home in the traditional sense, so you will often find her sleeping in the stables and bathing in the public fountains. But who is Issue to judge, eh? We all have our oddities.
Alright, well. Not much more to go off than that. Let's go find this singing wood elf. Excuse me. I think they're gonna be. Bet you they're blordering over here.
Oh, what do you know? A customer.
Okay, sure.
Salutations. Mel the Musical at your service. Are you here for a performance?
Actually, I'm investigating an abduction.
Issue? The Khajiit with all the cats? That old coot is sweet as honey jagger, but a bit off if you ask me. Shame about his daughter, though. No one should have to go through that.
Do you know anything that might help with the investigation?
If you're looking for trouble, Tajiri's your girl. I've seen her with all sorts of indecent folk lately. Always shifty eyes on those ones, I tell you. She tends to spend a lot of time behind the stables lately, if you catch my drift.
I guess I'll head to the stables next.
Very good then. And hey, if you're looking for some entertainment for your next soiree, make sure to seek me out. You won't regret it.
Can you tell me more about Tajiri?
She's a gambler with a lot of friends in a lot of places. And you know, who am I to judge? Business is business after all. But as of late, she just seems to be getting more and more suspicious. In fact, there's been a lot of that in Riverhall.
A lot of what?
Suspicious activity. People who I ain't ever seen before, going about town at all hours. I mean, I may stay up well past most people's bedtime, but I'm a musician, comes with the territory. And these new folks aren't bards, that's for sure.
I mean, I guess I get that. Eye of the gamer, do not sleep until way into the morning. Okay, but now we gotta go search behind the stables.
So you heading this way? Find anything of interest?
Yes, I did.
The stables, Developed a sudden interest in horsemanship, Walker?
I found this hidden note. I suspect the gambler Taji wrote it.
Looks to be a code. A napping badger, eh? Sounds familiar. Ha, yes! The sleeping badger is a rock formation just south of Riverhold. But this bit about a sweet trip, that music doesn't understand.
Could be worth investigating the rock formation.
Music will mark it on your map, Walker. Feel free to lead the way. And perhaps this is a good time to mention that this one is not so skilled in violent situations, should trouble find us. But that is where your expertise comes in handy, yes?
Got it. Let's head over there. Ah, always ready for an ass kicking. Rather it's me giving the ass kicking or receiving. Oh, this looks like it's the bandit camp that had that one lady's. Yeah, this is the same camp. So I guess I wonder if we're dealing with the same people in that case. Nope. We may have to. Oh.
Feeling a bit...
I did not mean to just spam bashing him in the face.
This one is fine.
Well, I'm gonna need to take care of this guy real quick.
Oh dear. Music is all right.
Alright, go gold necklace.
Must belong to Zinthia.
And a bottle of skooma.
Skooma. These vagrants must be smugglers. Come, let us speak away from this place.
As he runs right by two of them. Can't have any witnesses, can't have any trailers. Okay, clean to my level. Let's discuss what we just found.
A missing daughter, a hidden note, and now a band of skooma smugglers. This investigation becomes messier with every step we take.
What would the smugglers want to do with Issue?
This one is unsure, though it is possible Issue may be hiding something. Still, our priority should be to investigate the gambler who wrote that note. Tajiri was her name, yes? That does ring a bell or two.
Where should we search?
If Tajiri is a gambler, it is likely we can find her at a local tavern. Mizik will head there at once and see what he can dig up. Meet this one at the Banished Regrets Inn.
Alright, I'll meet you there. Don't know why he said it so weirdly, but I almost forgot something. If we're investigating a missing person, I gotta bring out my right-hand man when it comes to detectives. None other than the man himself, Mr. Whiskers. Hell yeah. Let's go, Mr. Whiskers.
You and I need to speak now.
Oh.
Let's be honest, I must admit, you and Thunderbolt make quite a charming pair. And watching you both play at being investigators, why, it's been slick entertainment, truly. But now you try to consent that are best left undisturbed.
Is that a threat?
Take it as a friendly one. I hear that you seek Issue's daughter, yes? I find that very funny. After all, everyone in Riverhold knows that she left town many years ago.
Years? Alright, years? Issue said it was only a few days past.
Then Issue has become senile in his old age. I speak truthfully. He had one daughter, and she is gone. Has been gone for many years. Tell this to your partner, and drop your investigation. Now.
Yeah, I'll tell Zeke what you said. Hey, sorry, I'm out of breath. I had to go run out to my vehicular device for a minute. Where is he? He's upstairs. Whew. Jesus. Of course, as I'm trying to record, I'm just completely out of breath. Oh, nom.
Bright moon look over us today, Walker. Tajiri has just settled down for a round of gambling. While Mizik distracts her, you can sneak into her home and search for another clue. It's just a bit north of the tavern.
Before we do that, a stranger spoke to me. She said Issue's daughter left town years ago?
Forgive this one if he's skeptical. Even if this stranger spoke truly, why then would Issue hire Mizik? Why would Tajiri have written that note? Why would we find a gold necklace in the smuggler's camp?
I'm not sure. She also wants us to stop the investigation.
Then perhaps this stranger simply wishes to confuse us. Throw us off the scent. Besides, we cannot stop now. Not when an innocent young lady may still be at risk. Let us investigate Tajiri before she retires for the night.
Alright, I'll head to Tajiri's house and search for clues. I will warn you though, I'm not much of the sneaky type. Especially since I have a big ass axe on my back right now. Alrighty, this is Tajiri's house. Come on, Whiskas. Gotta do a little breaking and entering.
Tajiri, is that you? We need more groceries for the house. There's barely anything to eat. And would it kill you to tidy up our room once in a while? The upstairs is a mess.
Yes, dear. Right away, dear. Going upstairs, dear. It is me, dear. Tajiri, dear. I'm just going to tidy up the house. Okay, like the wind. Sneaky like the wind. Oh. What's up, music?
This one hopes you have found something of interest, Walker. Mizik cannot afford to keep Tajiri distracted any longer. And he means that most literally.
I found another note. This one has a poem written on it.
Blue serpents? Four-pointed paint? If Mizik had to guess, his poem describes drop-off locations for illicit goods. Smugglers often hide them in plain sight. First a sleeping badger, now a blue serpent. Must represent another landmark.
Perhaps the nearby river is the Blue Serpent?
That's it. The river is often busy with trade. A perfect place to smuggle goods. Let us search along the river and see if we find any barrels or crates with markings. Hopefully we'll find something that will lead us to Xynthia.
Alright, let's start searching along the river.
Mizik will admit this case is heading in a rather unexpected direction, which is a bit worrisome if he's being honest.
Why is smugglers targeting Irsham?
Strange, isn't it? With an operation as intricate as this, it seems odd that these smugglers would target a Khajiit of such limited wealth.
Perhaps we should speak to Irsham again.
This one agrees, but let us first check these smuggler caches. The note said that the goods were leaving town today, yes? That could include...
Oh, I did not mean to cut it off early, my bad, but... Alright, so we're gonna go search for clues along the river.
That painted mark seems curious, no?
Somerset wine.
Somerset wine, eh? Not illegal, but incredibly taxed. Mizik has a feeling this bottle didn't find its way to Riverhold through virtuous means.
Not if we're dealing with smugglers.
Painted mark ahead.
Just gonna go ahead and cross the river. Hey.
Could that be the painted mark we seek?
Mammoth cheese.
Oh, if that cheese isn't illegal, it should be. What a smell!
Meh, badger. Alright, so we're checking out the smuggler clues up here.
Music is all right. That painted mark. Oh dear.
1 second, Zeke. Just gotta deal with these.
Music needs to stop doing that.
Right.
Music sees a painted mark ahead.
Scarf?
Very pretty scarf for smugglers to wear, yes? Perhaps it belongs to Cynthia. A bit. Music needs to stop doing that. That mark has 4 points, like the note says.
Rotten moon sugar, gross.
This barrel smells sweet, but also rotten. What could it be? Dark moons. They're smuggling spoiled moon sugar. Very unsafe for anyone to eat. Speak to Issue and see what he knows of these smugglers. Then let us meet back at the tavern. We have much to discuss.
Alright, so we need to speak to Ishum about the smugglers, see what he knows, or if he knows anything, or what's going on, and what, where, when, where, and why.
Yes, any news of this one, Cynthia?
We found a necklace and a scarf we found a necklace and a scarf at the smugglers' camp.
Smuggler camps? Dark moons? Yes, the necklace and scarf belong to Cynthia. Have the smugglers sold her? By John and John, please say it isn't so.
Is there any reasons why the smugglers would have targeted your family?
No, of course not. Issue has only lived a good, honest life. Please, you must find this one's Jakajit. She is so young and innocent and probably terrified without her papa. Whatever will Issue do if his Cynthia is harmed?
Mazik and I will find her. Don't worry, we're getting close.
May bright moons watch over you.
You know, you have an awful lot of cats.
Oh, really? Well, Issue supposes his family has grown over the years. But how could this one not seek their companionship? Their little faces, their tiny paws. His darlings love him completely, demanding little but affection and food. And belly rubs.
Does he need to like all these cats too?
But of course, mostly. She and Medwick don't always get along, but Medwick is older and doesn't always like to play or be teased. And just between us, Tak can be a bit of a Jekuzit sometimes. I think she's jealous.
Okay, I totally understand. I do like cats a lot myself, although I gotta say, I didn't even see that tiny one right there. Oh, they're so cute. I do think it's kind of funny because she's owning cats, but... Although I do have to wonder, does one of them... Because I know Khajiit, what a Khajiit comes out as. Like, what type of Khajiit you are depends on what moon you're born under. Is one of the moons just like you get born as house cat? Because I know there's like those little smaller, basically house cat Khajiits that can talk. But like, what if you're born under one and you come out as a house cat and you can't talk? Like, you can only meow. Like, is that a thing in this world? Or house cats just completely separate from the Khajiits bloodline cycle thing? I don't know. weird questions, but
I warned you, Thunderbolts. So the other thorn in my paw arrives.
what's going on here?
I told you, did I not? First time was a warning. Now it is a threat. You both leave town. No more investigations. No more sticking your snouts where they don't belong. Collect your things and leave.
Not before we find Issue's daughter.
That again? I told you Issue's daughter left Riverhold years ago. He's just a delusional old Khajiit caught up in a fantasy. And for this you tried to ruin my little operation? Of all the things.
So you're the leader of the smugglers.
Who I am does not matter. What I can do to you, on the other hand, should be of immediate concern. You either leave Riverhold on your own, or you leave in pieces. Your choice.
Understood. No, not that book.
So it appears that your stranger friend is Rideza the Rogue. Good to know.
Rideza the Rogue?
Let us just say that her reputation precedes her. Well, threats to our life aside, it seems that we finally have a perpetrator. Now we just need to follow her.
And how do you plan on doing that?
We are investigators, are we not? You must search for a trail. With any luck, she'll lead you straight to Issue's daughter. Meanwhile, Mizik will alert the proper authorities.
Alright, I'll see if I can find out where she disappeared to. If I'm not mistaken, Issue said something about his daughter having golden eyes, and our thief lady had golden eyes. Coincidence?
Claws. I didn't even see who ran into me.
I think not. Maybe.
There! Rideza must have stepped on the jelly from the sugar claws. You must follow her trail while this one alerts the guards.
On it. Where are we going? And enter the smuggler's lair. Nope. Well now. Mizik might be alerting the authorities to the smugglers, but I might as well go ahead and execute my own authority, and also, you know, just, I mean, who's going to know just what exactly the smugglers were smuggling if a few items go missing? I mean, who's keeping track? Get the hell out of my way. And I mean, it's not like I can actually see. Well, I could probably see. I'm just trying to pull up a BS excuse for fighting everyone in here, honestly. Fighting and looting. Looting and fighting. Skip the bottom bot up. No, do not do that. Bad. Iron dagger. Go ahead and just give a little bit of a bonk. Set you on fire and smack you upside the head. What's this? Gathering around, drinking illegal substances. Someone was talking to me, but I'm over here fighting. Yoink. Oh, it was her. Alright, well, we got what I'm guessing is her henchman. Oh, well, one's dead. You're next, Mad Minerum. Marinum. I'm probably butchering all their names. And Kazar the Chopper. Out. To be fair, I can't read English words, so how am I supposed to read Khajiit words? Yoink. Alright, now we gotta confront the thief herself. You know, I'm just thinking. Oh.
Did you find my daughter? Where is she?
Here! Your daughter is right here, you old fool!
Rideza! You're the one who stole Cynthia? Oh, this one's poor Jakashit.
Ha! Feeling a little jealous. To go so far as to steal your father's pet.
Wait, what? Oh, it's a little kitten. But
Ishu is so pleased that you were able to find Cynthia. Finally, this one's family can be reunited.
why didn't you tell me Cynthia was a cat?
What do you mean? Ishu gave you every detail about his precious Cynthia that he could think of. Was there something that made you think his daughter was a Khajiit? Well, no matter. Cynthia is safe and Mizik will have his payment.
What about your other daughter over there?
Rideza has become just as greedy and cruel as her mother. How can Ishu accept such a daughter? Especially one who has already caused him to suffer. Rideza will face the justice of Riverhold's guards, as she deserves.
You have no desire to reunite with her?
If she wants to make peace, Ishu will make peace. After all, a quiet life for him and his family is all this one asked for. If Rideza wishes to be a part of that, she may be, but it is up to her.
I mean, that's kind of a fair point, but I mean, it's also kind of freaked up, but I mean, he's not, I don't know.
You know, I wasn't too sure about Thunderboots when he first came to town. Thought he would just cause more trouble than he solved. But thanks to the both of you, we can finally put Rediza the Rogue behind bars.
Has Redizor been troubling Riverhold for a long time?
No, not too long. But it never takes much time for these kind of operations to wreak havoc on towns like Riverhold. I'm just glad we could nip it in the bud. Rediza herself, however, has been troubling elsewhere for years now.
We found moldy moon sugar earlier. Zeke seemed particularly panicked.
Moldy moon sugar by itself will do little more than make a Khajiit ill. The trouble is when that same moon sugar is distilled into tainted skooma. It's an unfortunately common practice, given that moldy moon sugar is so cheap.
So the smugglers are going to make skooma out of moldy moon sugar?
Most likely. It's a vile thing to sell, though. Tainted skooma causes some of the most horrific reactions I've ever seen. Days of vivid nightmares and awful pain, often followed by an agonizing death. A truly horrible way to go.
Alright, well, anything you wish to say?
You think that Rideza the Rogue is finished? It's only a matter of time before I'm back on the streets. And when that happens, you best watch your back.
Why did you abduct his cat?
When I came back to Riverhold, I went to see my fool of a father. It's been years since Mother and I left, and I was feeling sentimental, I suppose. stupidly sentimental. He didn't even recognize me.
So you're jealous.
Of the cat? No, I just wanted to make him suffer. He's always been obsessed with his damn pets. That's why Mother left him, you know. He's so caught up in his little family that he didn't have time for us. For me.
That sounds pretty jealous.
Maybe you're right. Just another delinquent with papa problems. Isn't that just the way?
I mean, I can't help but feel bad for her, because it's like, that's his actual daughter, and I mean, I know what it's like to love a cat like a child, but like, it's a very, very messy situation.
Well, it seems that our investigation has come to a successful close. Though not quite in a way that Mizik was expecting.
So, Rediza is Ishu's daughter, and she stole his cat.
In hindsight, it makes sense. When you were told that Ishu's daughter left town years ago, Rediza must have been speaking of herself. Still, to have been chasing Ishu's pet this whole time.
I mean, we also stopped a smuggling operation.
This is true. Because of our dedication, Riverhold no longer has to deal with these vile smugglers. And let us hope it stays that way, yes? Mizik just needs to collect our reward. Why don't we meet at the Banished Regrets?
Alright, I'll meet you in the end.
Drinks are on Mizik. Just as soon as he is paid, of course.
Spoken like a true mercenary. No, he's not a mercenary. He's a detective. I'm the mercenary. Yeah. Hey, where the hell am I? Alright, Mizik.
The family reunited, a smuggling ring destroyed, and the gratitude of all of Riverhold. Not a bad start to a partnership, yes? Mizik was even able to secure a hefty bonus, thanks to the generosity of Captain Kahiri.
A bonus you're willing to share.
Of course. Your share as promised. After all, Mizik would never have been able to solve this investigation without your aid. Pleasure working with you, Walker. Do not be a stranger, yes?
It was a pleasure working with you too, Mizik.
A safe town, a happy client, and an investigation expertly solved. And a five-claw partnership, if Mizik does say so himself. What more could this one ask for?
What's next for you, Thunderboots?
After such a successful investigation, Mizik is hopeful that more clients will come forth. We live in turbulent times, Walker. Dragons, tyrants, necromancy. There is no end to Elsewhere's suffering as of late, and yet so much is overlooked.
What do you mean?
Those in power have priorities, and the petty problems of the common folk, they tend to be on the very bottom of this list. That is why we must look after each other. If Mizik does not offer his help, who will?
Still, that's your job, isn't it?
Of course. But first and foremost, it is Mizik's passion. That is why this one takes the name Thunderboots. If he cannot work in the name of justice, then he will not work at all. This, he swears.
Do you live here in Riverhold?
Mizik's investigations take him many places, so it is hard to call one town home. But he's enjoyed his time in the Riverhold. He has a comfortable tavern room and a steady supply of clients. Well, a steadier supply of clients.
What other cases have you worked here on?
Honestly, just the one. A bard's flute was stolen while he was drinking in the tavern. He was very certain another musician had stolen it out of jealousy.
Did you solve the case?
Quickly. It turned out to be the innkeeper who stole the flute. This bard could not play in tune to save his life, and it was driving away business. So, Mizik suggested that the bard seek another tavern. A happy solution for everyone involved.
Alright, well, I hope we run into you again, Miss Zeke. It's been great working with you. And we leveled up. Well, with that, we successfully successfully stopped a smuggling operation. It took a lot longer than I thought it was, so I think I'm gonna call it here. That's a good day's work. Made a little bit extra money, and we made Riverhold just a little bit more safer. I'm gonna call it there. Thank you for joining us, and I will catch you all next time. See you around.